Hello, good evening, and welcome back. So, innocence is now unacceptable. Trying to show something which shows a family unit. Trying to show something which is worth encouraging, because, of course, it shows how you can help out your family and show how you can have a better family experience. And actually, maybe that the nuclear unit is something that is worth considering. Yeah, now that's something that you have to apologize for. Why? Well, as we see here, Audi drops insensitive, quote-unquote, what utter bullshit, girl with banana ad. Yeah, because, hey, we have a young child here who is female because it's a family, so why not show a daughter? I mean, we know we can't show a son because they're male, in which case we have to show a female, but why not show the daughter then? Fair enough. But, oh, would you believe it? She's eating a banana, which you might think, well, isn't that good? She's eating a fruit that is soft and therefore isn't hard on the gums like an apple might be, and she isn't eating sugary foods or carbohydrates, which are bad for you, but instead is eating fruit. Isn't that good? It's like, no, because it's a banana. And yes, I understand that it is actually bloody good for you, given the potassium, which I know isn't as high as spinach per gram, but nonetheless is good. And you might think it's bad because of the sugar, and no, it isn't, because of the fiber. So a banana is fantastic for a child, given that it is soft, it's sweet, which makes the child like it, and then it's good for them because it's fresh fruit, and therefore the vitamins and minerals make it worthwhile. What has the response been to this? A cascade of utter horseshit. And you'd hardly believe it. That you'd think, well, this is very wholesome. They're showing a daughter in front of their car saying, oh, isn't this good? It's good for the whole family. Which is exactly what Audi meant. How can you draw any different distinction from this whatsoever? You perverted bastards. And it really is as simple as that. As they say here, German car maker Audi has apologised, no apology necessary, for an advert showing little girl eating a banana in front of a high-performance car, well, it's Audi, after it drew a torrent of criticism on social media. They said, we hear you, and let's get this straight, we care for children. Well, yeah, that's why you're showing that your car is safe and good for children. We don't care about high speed anymore because of speed limits. What we care for is safety for the passengers. So yeah, that's what you're showing. They go on to say, we sincerely apologise for this insensitive image and ensure that it will not be used in future. What's insensitive about it? There's a girl there, if she's leaning against the car, then maybe she's proud of her father for being able to afford the car, because we know it's going to be the man, not the woman, let's be honest. But maybe she's pleased with that and knows that she's going to have, well, obviously she's going to have more respect for her father, but partly because other people are going to have more respect for her in school. In which case, yes, I want to be seen with this vehicle because it's a status symbol of my father. In which case, yes, this is a bloody good thing. In which case, good for her. But no, apparently it's provocative. And if you really want to go down the conspiracy rabbit hole, there's a perfect tweet coming up, which is utter horseshit and just trying to find anything bad. It's so ridiculous. But we've got a couple. Because they say, let your heart beat faster in every aspect, which was from Audi. So, Jane Bradford tweeted under the Audi apology, so, let your heart beat faster in every aspect, picture of child with banana mouth and flash car, so wrong in every aspect. Oh my god. It's like, why the hell can you not see, it's like, oh, they're trying to support the nuclear family and actually encourage the family unit. That would be a good idea, but no, let's just rip it apart from some innocuous action, because now, not only can we not show men being men in adverts? Not only can we not show women being women in adverts, but now we can't show children being children in adverts either. And apparently we can't show the colour red on a car either. As someone else tweeted, little girl with phallic symbol in her hand. Clear, super. What utter horseshit is this? Why the fuck is Audi capitulating to such utter troglodytes, given that they're just going to cause mischief about literally anything? At this point, you go, no. What we've shown is a very wholesome image, showing a family. What the fuck are you on about? We're not going to apologise about anything, because we've done nothing wrong. At this point, you've just got the cancel culture and the mob just coming at them far too strong. And if Audi was worth their salt at all, they would just say, no, there's no problem. Instead, they've decided to go with, oh, well, we've got to see who's put forward this ad and then who's agreed that it's worth broadcasting, and there are clearly going to be heads rolling from this. And you're thinking, well, why the fuck is that going to be the case? How perverted do you have to be to see a young female eating a banana and thinking, oh yes, that's clearly encouraging paedophilia. That's clearly trying to show a 5-year-old female sucking a penis. So how broken are you? What the fuck are you on about? But the BBC has mentioned DJ BT, which is clearly a super serious Twitter handle, who tweeted, let's add it up. Red is eroticism. Yeah, apparently red is eroticism. I mean, it could just be that that's supposed to be anger and rage and therefore it's more sleek, but no, it's eroticism. Sports car equals substitute for potency. Yes, because clearly every man who is inept, is impotent, is going to go, I'm going to get a sports car instead because then I'm going to get more women and disappoint even more. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But sure, let's go with it because the BBC want to report on it because they've got a fucking narrative that they wish to push. Defund the BBC. And then animal print miniskirt equals sex appeal. Yes, don't you know, car advertisers, that when you pick a model to wear something innocuous, you've got to be really super careful that it is super innocuous. You can't just pick something that maybe they like to wear, but no, instead you've got to be aware of all the subtle repercussions of it. Because apparently, innocence just isn't a thing anymore. And so you've got to be aware that if there's an animal print miniskirt, which isn't even a fucking miniskirt, equals sex appeal. Do you see that dress as a miniskirt? Because I sure as hell don't. For fuck's sake. But of course the BBC mention it. And then the banana equals a phallic symbol. Yes, it can't just be a soft fruit that is healthy for the child to eat. It's clearly got to be a phallic symbol. And they say, but sure, this is all just accidental. Well, maybe it isn't just accidental, but maybe, DJ BT, you're reading far too fucking much into this in order to try and create an audience for your outrage culture that doesn't deserve to be there. Have you considered that? That no, it's not fucking accidental, it's just you trying to scour anything in order to draw correlations that are not there in the first place. Substitute for potency, for fuck's sake. It's not even a miniskirt. Where the fuck are they getting this from? But the BBC tends to include it. Because why? Well, it supports their narrative, and then they can just say, well, it was this Twitter user that said it. It wasn't us. It's like, well, how far did you have to fucking scour to find that? But the voice of sanity, Mark Cruiser, an engineer and blogger, tweeted, well, for me, the message is Audi RS4 equals family car. Just as your own daughter makes your heart beat faster, so does the RS4, and both are, of course, cool. Thank you, Mark. Bloody good job. That yes, of course, your daughter makes your heart beat faster. For any self-respecting father out there, if you thought for a second that your daughter was in danger, would you let anything get in your way in order to make things okay again? Because I bloody don't think so. And we've seen that in centuries past as well. The amount of men who would willingly sacrifice themselves in order to get a better experience for their family, so that they get a better footing in life. That is what we've seen time and time again, and you can call that toxic masculinity if you want. But which gender are they protecting most? Well, of course it's the fucking women. So, go home with that bullshit. Because it's not accurate whatsoever. And as you've seen other worries, even in modern day from Islam, saying, make widows of their wives and orphans of their children. Would you like to pretend who they're talking about? Yes, it's about killing the men. It always has been and always will be. Men are expendable, women are protected. That is the case since forever. That is how it has been. And how you dare try and show that, what, in this advert, a man would try and have his daughter just trying to be provocative to encourage paedophilia. I dare you to get in touch with that girl's father and suggest that. And good luck leaving with all your teeth intact. How dare you? What father would willingly say, oh yes, here's my daughter, I want her to be in an advert where it encourages paedophilia and shows her as a sex symbol, and she's only 6 years old. What father would fucking do that? How conspicuous can you be? No chance. And yet Audi, for whatever fucking reason, think that, the parents of this daughter clearly don't think she's worth anything, and instead think that they're clearly happy with encouraging paedophilia, because their response is, we hear you, and let's get this straight. We care for children. The Audi RS4 is a family car with more than 30 driver assistance systems, including an emergency brake system. That's why we showcased it with various family members for the campaign. And that's nice, and you're trying to be diplomatic, but, I mean, could you not just shout down all the stupid paedophilia suggestions? That, again, the parents of this young girl are gonna be distraught. They're gonna be angry. That, how could anybody even for a second think, oh yeah, this isn't like trying to be a recruiting ad for the Illuminati or whatever conspiracy theories you believe in. But no, this is just for the wide audience. That for some reason, Audi are suggesting that their cars are the best bet for paedophiles. Because clearly that's a sensible marketing option. Instead of just suggesting it's good for families. How fucking stupid and inept can you be? And why the fuck is this now a news story? And yes, I'm publicising this. Yes, I'm making a thing of it. Because I'm trying to show that this kind of utter horseshit should never be news. Because it isn't. You've got the vocal minority making a shit show out of utter nothing because they don't understand what a family looks like because they're trying to rip it apart. And therefore, when they're met with a depiction of what a good, cohesive family should look like, they're going to get confused, maybe annoyed, maybe angry, because they don't understand that maybe mother and father can actually live together. Isn't that radical to think that divorces aren't the norm? And maybe if people get married and have children, they want to stay together. How, I mean, what a ridiculous notion that must be to these cunts. But yeah, that's where we are. So yes, I'm going to shine a light on it. And show just how ridiculous these utter bastards are. So that everybody else knows, yes, this is ridiculous. And we know that it's utter futile and they should shut the fuck up because we shouldn't acknowledge them whatsoever. And yes, I know I'm pretty pissed off about this, but I think it's bloody understandable to suggest that showing an advert of a family is now trying to suggest that it's paedophilia. What the fuck have we come to suggest that? It's despicable. I can't think of any better word for it. But it's horrendous that such people should think that showing a family is now endorsement of paedophilia. And then the company that makes it apologises for it. You've got nothing to apologise for fuck's sake. You're encouraging a family unit, which is good for everybody involved in the wider community. You do not need to apologise because some fucknuts, some despicable paedophiles, get turned on by a girl eating a banana. That has nothing to do with you. Why the fuck are you catering to paedophiles? Stop. Just stop. But for everybody else, for everybody who's not a fucking paedophile, as always, have a good one.